You are following us from this is FIFA Sports Hype morning analysis of the UEFA Champions League round of 16. It is the morning analysis of the UEFA Champions League round of 16, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to join us in the live interaction session. An hour ago, UEFA have come out with the list of parents of clubs who were able to make it to the round of 16th stage of the competition. You remember this season's UEFA Champions League started with 36 clubs. That was the new format by UEFA. It started with a league phase where each club faced 8 different opponents or 7 different opponents in the group stage or the league stage. Different opponents. There wasn't any home and away. It was just a single game where you either home or away with no other chance a game same opponent. So today for the clubs in the competition, and I will be taking you through the draw for the clubs and the likely opponents in the quarter-final stage, the semi-final stage, and that of the grand finale. Since the competition started in 1956, there has never been an El Clasico clash. That is a game involving FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. And per the draw that we saw today, there's luckily, considering or depending on how good the two teams perform, there's likely to be a Champions League El Clasico final between Real Madrid and FC Barcelona. I will be taking you through the mouth-watering fixtures in today's draw done by UEFA a few minutes ago. The first draw was between Paris Saint-Germain and Liverpool. It is going to be a tough game or a tough encounter for both clubs. PSG, being managed by Luis Enrique, they will be taking on Liverpool, 6-time champions of their competition. Paris Saint-Germain, since their formation in 1975, are yet to win the UEFA Champions League. So they will be coming up against Liverpool, who are 6-time winners of the competition. Club Brugge will also be at home to welcome Aston Villa, which will be on the 4th and 5th of next month, that is on March. So it is another difficult time for both Club Brugge and Liverpool and Aston Villa. For Aston Villa, they have actually won the competition once in 1982, so they have a bit of experience in the competition. The mouth-watering fixture in the competition or in the draw today is between neighbors or city rivals Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. The first leg of the competition will be played at the Santiago Bernabeu. That is the home ground of Real Madrid, before the return fixture will be played at the Wanda Metropolitano Sports Stadium, that is the home ground of Atletico de Madrid. PSV 1988 champions of the competition, that is Dutch champions. They will be welcoming Arsenal, the Gunners, one of the top clubs in English football. Arsenal are yet to win the UEFA Champions League, though they played in the finals in the 2006 UEFA Champions League final against FC Barcelona, which they lost. Today, they have been drawn against 1988 champions of the competition, PSV Eindhoven, that is from a club from Netherlands. They are one of the top clubs in Netherlands. They won the competition in 1988, and they have been drawn against against Arsenal in today's UEFA Champions League round of 16th draw. Benfica, 1961 and 1962 champions of the UEFA Champions League, they will be coming up against FC Barcelona, a club they eliminated in the 1961 UEFA Champions League semi-finals before winning the competition for the first time in 1961. So Benfica are two-time champions of the competition. They won it in 1961 and in 1962. In fact, when the UEFA Champions League started in 1956, Real Madrid won it. 62 they won, 57 they won it, 58 they won it, 59 they won it. 1960 Real Madrid won the competition in its first 5 years. So the only club in Europe, in the entire Europe, to stop them from winning their 6th trophy was Benfica in 1961. Though they were not those to eliminate Real Madrid, it was FC Barcelona who eliminated Real Madrid in the semi-finals, but Benfica beat Barcelona in the finals of the 1961 UEFA Champions League competition. They also defended the trophy in 1962. So Benfica are 2 times champions of the UEFA Champions League, and they have been drawn in today's UEFA Champions League round of 16 draw against FC Barcelona, 5-time champions of the competition. Barcelona won their first trophy in 1992 when the competition was known as the European Cup. Then they also won their second trophy in 2006 against Arsenal. 2009 they beat Manchester United in the finals to win their 3rd trophy. 2011 they beat Manchester United again to win their 4th trophy, and then in 2015 in the finals at Cardiff against Juventus, Barcelona won their 5th trophy, UEFA Champions League trophy. So today they have been drawn against Benfica, 2 times champions of the competition. Also Borussia Dortmund have been drawn against Lille. Lille are one of the top clubs in French football. This season in the Champions League, they managed to beat both Real Madrid and Atletico de Madrid. So Lille, they have been drawn against 1997 champions of the UEFA Champions League, Borussia Dortmund, who are also from Germany. Borussia Dortmund are one of 3 clubs from Germany to have won the UEFA Champions League after Hamburg won it in 1983, and also Bayern Munich also winning the competition 6 times. So Borussia Dortmund is one of 3 clubs from Germany to have won the UEFA Champions League. So the other draw is between FC Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. It is an all-German affair. This season there hasn't been a winner between the two. Last season it was neck to neck, with Bayer Leverkusen being the better side after going the entire Bundesliga season unbeaten without a defeat. So they have been drawn against Bayern Munich, just like Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, who are both from Spain, facing each other in the round of 16. Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen will also be taking on each other. Similarly, Feyenoord, who won the UEFA Champions League in 1970, will be taking on Inter Milan, the 1963 and 1964 champions of the competition. So Inter Milan and Feyenoord, 1970 champions of the competition, they will be taking on each other. For whosoever that is following us on live here, kindly like our page, share our updates, subscribe to the channel, and also send in your comments for all those who are watching from afar to benefit from our analysis of the UEFA Champions League round of 16th draw today. So that is a bit of history, and very soon I will be taking you through the champions of the UEFA Champions League since its inception in 1956, where in the first 5 years it was being won by Real Madrid. So I will be taking you through, but before that, let's see how the draw was made and the likely opponents by teams in the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and possibly the final. So the draw being done today by UEFA, PSG, Liverpool, Club Brugge, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico de Madrid, PSV, and Arsenal are on the same bracket, meaning those teams will face each other until the finals of the competition. They will never be able to dodge each other. They will be facing each other. Similarly, clubs like Benfica, FC Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Lille, Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, Feyenoord, and Inter Milan, they have also been put in the same bracket, meaning none of those teams will be facing Real Madrid, Liverpool, PSG, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Arsenal, and PSV. That is how the UEFA did the draw today. There is no way Real Madrid and FC Barcelona will ever meet in the Champions League, if not until the finals. There is no way Barcelona and Liverpool will meet in the Champions League, if not until the final day. There is no way Arsenal and Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, Inter Milan, Feyenoord will meet in the Champions League in any of the stages, if not until the final. So once again, I will come back to see how the groupings were done. They have been the 16 clubs have been split into two groups, 8 on each side. And with the 8 on each side, there is no way the other 8 will be meeting the 8 on the opposite side, if not until the finals of the competition. So let me tell you this: Real Madrid, Arsenal, PSG, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Club Brugge, and PSG, they are they are supposed to meet in either the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, but none of them will be able to meet in the finals. Out of the 8 teams, that is PSG, Liverpool, Club Brugge, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSG, and Arsenal, out of these 8 teams that I have mentioned, only one of them will be able to make it to the finals. That is the analysis here. So don't be confused. PSG, Liverpool, Club Brugge, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSG, and Arsenal, none of them, only one of them will be able to make it to the finals. These 8 teams that I have just mentioned. Then similarly, Inter Milan, Feyenoord, Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Lille, Dortmund, Benfica, and FC Barcelona. Of the 8 teams that I have mentioned, only one of them will be able to make it to the finals. Only one of them will be able to make it to the finals. So that is the analysis. The UEFA actually today have divided the 16 teams into 2 groups. The first group consists of 8 teams. The second group also consists of 8 teams. The 8 teams in the first group, only one of them will be able to make it to the finals. The 8 teams in the second group too, only one of them will be able to make it to the final. So there is no way Liverpool and FC Barcelona or Bayern Munich or Inter Milan will meet in any stage of the competition, if not until the finals. There is no way Real Madrid and Barcelona or Bayern Munich will meet, if not until the finals of the competition. So that is the analysis here. That is the analysis here. So another analysis I will be doing is this. You see these teams, PSG, Liverpool, Club Brugge, and Aston Villa. The winner in the PSG versus Liverpool match will be facing the winner in the Club Brugge versus Aston Villa match. That is, they will be facing each other in the quarterfinals. Also, the winner in the Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid match will be facing the winner between PSG and Arsenal. That is how the draw is. That is how the draw is. Then also, the winner between FC Barcelona and Benfica match will be facing the winner between Dortmund and Lille. That's another grouping. The winner between Benfica and Barcelona will be facing the winner between Dortmund and Lille. Then the winner between Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen will be facing the winner between Feyenoord and Inter Milan. That is how UEFA have done the grouping. That is how they have done the grouping. So it is an interesting draw. That would be very difficult. It will be very difficult, very, very competitive by the participating clubs. Then, like I told you, I will be taking you through the winners of the Champions League since 1956. And you'll get to see there are so many clubs that you never thought they have won the Champions League. Meanwhile, they have won it. In the first season of the Champions League in 1956, Real Madrid won it, like I said earlier. The second season, they won it again. Real Madrid won it again. The third season, they won it again. The fourth season, 1959, they won it again. The fifth season, 1960, Real Madrid won it again. So the first 5 years of the Champions League, at that time, it wasn't called the UEFA Champions League. It was called the European Cup. Real Madrid won it in the first 5 seasons. 1956, 57, 58, 59, and in 1960. Similarly, in 1961, Benfica came into the scene by beating FC Barcelona in the finals to win their first ever European Cup. Today it is called the UEFA Champions League. Then 1961-62, Benfica defended the title again. But in 1963, Benfica couldn't win their third consecutive trophy, but rather it was AC Milan from Italy who won the 1963 Champions League. Like I told you earlier, it was called European Cup at the time. It was called European Cup at that time. Then, in 1964, city rivals to AC Milan, Inter Milan, came into the scene and then they won the trophy in 1964. 1963, the 65, Inter Milan won the trophy again. They defended it. Then in 1966, after missing the trophy for 5 years, Real Madrid came back to win their 6th trophy of the UEFA Champions League. That was in 1966. In 1967, Celtic from Scotland, they became the first British club to win the competition, 1967. So out of all the British clubs, the likes of Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest, whosoever, it was Celtic from Scotland who won their first ever UEFA Champions League in 1967. Then in 1968, Manchester United from England also managed to win their first ever European Cup. Modern day, it is being called the UEFA Champions League. Like I told you, for all those who are following us, kindly try your possible best to like our page, share, comment, and also subscribe to the channel. 1968, Manchester United won the competition. 1969, AC Milan came back to win their second UEFA Champions League in 1969. Then in 1970, Inter Milan's opponents in the round of 16, Feyenoord, they won their first ever UEFA Champions League in 1967. 1970, 71, 72, 73, it was Ajax from Dutch or Netherlands who won the competition. So, like I was telling you a bit of history about the UEFA Champions League winners since 1956. 1970 saw Feyenoord winning the competition, and they will be taking on three times champions Inter Milan in the round of 16 of the competition. We have just shared a link on Facebook at Saka Yakubu Isa on Facebook. Kindly try your possible best to follow us on live in the live discussion. Share the link, subscribe, and send us your comments in the comment section for us to read it to the benefit of all those who are watching us from different places around the world. So Manchester United became the first English club to win the Champions League in 1968. 10 years after the Munich disaster in 1958, they were going to Munich for a football match, but they had a disaster, and so many of the first team players actually lost their life through that accident. And after 10 years, Manchester United became the first English club to win the UEFA Champions League in 1968. Like I told you, in 1969, AC Milan won their second trophy of the competition, and 1970, Feyenoord also won their first ever trophy of the UEFA Champions League. 1971, 72, and 1973 saw Dutch champions Ajax winning their first, second, and third trophy of the UEFA Champions League. They actually defended the UEFA Champions League on three different occasions. That is 1971, 72, 73. 3 consecutive years that they won the competition by Ajax in 1971, 72, and 1973. 1974 also saw FC Bayern Munich winning the competition for the first time, 74, 75, and in 1976. 1977 and 1978, Liverpool came into the scene, winning their first ever trophy and second trophy, becoming the first ever English and British club to win the first ever English club to win the UEFA Champions League 2 times. Then 1979, Nottingham Forest, after qualifying to the top flight of English football in 1977, they won the league in 1978. Then in 1979, Nottingham Forest, who are currently third on the English Premier League table for the 2024-2025 season, Nottingham Forest won the UEFA Champions League in 1979. Then in 1980, they also defended the trophy. So for those who don't know, Wherever you are following us, share this update so that those who don't know will be able to learn more on this. Nottingham Forest, the team that are currently third on the English Premier League table, they have won the Champions League on 2 different occasions. In fact, 2 consecutive years or seasons, 1979 and 1980. Many thought they are a new club. Nottingham Forest is not a new club. They have actually won the Champions League 2 times, 1979 and 1980. 1981 saw the return of Liverpool, who came back to win their 3rd UEFA Champions League trophy in 1981. Then in 1982, Aston Villa, who will be taking on Club Brugge in the round of 16, they won their first ever UEFA Champions League trophy. So Aston Villa is not a new club. They have actually won the UEFA Champions League in 1982. So they have also won the Champions League in their history. And so Aston Villa is one of, I think, 5 clubs from England to have won the UEFA Champions League. First to win it was Manchester United in 1968. Second to win it was Liverpool in 1977 and 78. Third was Nottingham Forest 1979 and 1980. The 4th club to win the UEFA Champions League from England was Aston Villa in 1982. Then Chelsea in 2012 also won the competition. Then Manchester City became the 6th English club to win the UEFA Champions League in the year of 2023. So that's a bit of history for us here. Aston Villa winning the Champions League, Nottingham Forest winning it, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool and Man United. But Liverpool, they have won the competition 6 different occasions. So they are the only English club to have won the competition more than 5 or more than 3, because Manchester United actually have won the competition 2 times, 1968, 1999 and 2008, after beating Chelsea in the finals of the competition. Then let's see, 1983, Hamburg from Germany also won the Champions League. Hamburg, right now they are in the German Bundesliga 2, but they won the Champions League. Many don't know. Hamburg from Germany, they are one of 3 clubs. Apart from Dortmund and Bayern Munich, Hamburg is the only club to have won the UEFA Champions League as a German club. Then Liverpool came back in 1984 to win again their 4th trophy. 1985, Juventus won their first ever trophy. Still Bucharest. 1988 saw PSV from Netherlands also winning their first trophy in the UEFA Champions League. 1989 and 1990 saw AC Milan winning and defending the trophy. Red Star Belgrade also won the competition in 1991. FC Barcelona became the last club to win the UEFA Champions League in its European Cup name. In 1992, FC Barcelona won their first ever UEFA Champions League, but at that time it wasn't called UEFA Champions League. It was called European Cup. So FC Barcelona was the last club to win the UEFA Champions League in its old name as European Cup. 1993 saw Olympique de Marseille from France becoming the first ever French club to win the UEFA Champions League. And up till now, Olympique Marseille, being led by Africa and Ghanaian football legend Abedi Ayew Pele, they won the UEFA Champions League in its first edition At the time, 1992, like I told you, Barcelona was the last team to win the Champions League in its full name as European Cup. But in 1993, when the name was changed to UEFA Champions League, Olympique de Marseille from France became the first club to win it. And up till now, they are the only French-based club to have won the UEFA Champions League. Not even Monaco or PSG. Olympique Marseille, and at that time, Abedi Pele from Ghana was one of their decisive players, was the most important player in their squad, and he led them. In fact, he provided an assist to make sure they won the league that year, 1993. 1994 saw AC Milan winning ever on the most competitive UEFA Champions League finals ever in history was played between AC Milan and Liverpool. And first half, actually, many thought it was a done deal for AC Milan after they went 3-0 up at first half. But Liverpool, led by Steven Gerrard, came back strongly in the second half to equalize all 3 goals. Then they went for couldn't find a tiebreaker, then they went for a penalty shootout where Liverpool won the competition. So the 2005 UEFA Champions League finals, many has tagged that as the best ever and the most competitive ever UEFA Champions League finals, which was played between Liverpool and AC Milan. First half, AC Milan winning the game leading by. Liverpool came back strongly in the second half to equalize all 3 goals, led by Steven Gerrard. The game ended as Liverpool coming out triumphant. They won on penalty shootout against AC Milan. So 2005 UEFA Champions League winners was Liverpool. Then 2006 FC Barcelona and Arsenal came strongly against each other, but it was the Blaugrana FC Barcelona who came out triumphant. They won their second UEFA Champions League trophy. Then in 2007, AC Milan came back strongly to win the Champions League. 2008, Chelsea went into the finals for the first time against Manchester United, but the game couldn't be decided on open play, so they went for a penalty shootout, and Cristiano Ronaldo won his first ever UEFA Champions League trophy in 2008 against Chelsea. It was an all-English affair in the finals of the 2008 UEFA Champions League finals. So Manchester United won their third UEFA Champions League trophy, and up to now they are yet to win again. 2009, Manchester United at the time was the best English club. They qualified for the finals again, and this time around it was against Pep Guardiola's dream team, FC Barcelona. The game was decided in open play. Barcelona won the game by 2-0. Lionel Andres Messi and Samuel Eto'o, these were on the score sheet for Pep Guardiola's side, and Pep Guardiola as a coach won his first ever UEFA Champions League trophy in 2009. Then 2010, Jose Mourinho leading Inter Milan. They were a fierce side. They managed to beat Bayern Munich in the finals to win Inter Milan's third UEFA Champions League trophy. Inter Milan, after winning the 1963 and 1964 UEFA Champions League, they never won it again until Jose Mourinho led them to win the 2010 UEFA Champions League. 2011, Pep Guardiola and Barcelona went into the finals again, and this time round it was still against the same opponent, Manchester United, led by veteran coach Sir Alex Ferguson. So it was a time for revenge for Manchester United after losing 2-0 to FC Barcelona in the 2009 UEFA Champions League finals. But it was still the same news because FC Barcelona managed. No, I shouldn't use the manage. They dictated the game from minute 1 until the 90th minute by beating Manchester United 3-1. The only goal scorer for Manchester United side was their star striker, Wayne Rooney, but Pedro, David Villa, and Lionel Andrews Messi make sure Pep Guardiola team came out triumphant on the day. They won their fourth UEFA Champions League trophy. 2012 saw an English team coming back to win the UEFA Champions League after Chelsea beat FC Barcelona in the semi-finals. They defied all odds to beat Barcelona, and then they went on to the finals to beat FC Bayern Munich on penalty shootout. The game many thought was a done deal for Bayern Munich after they went 1-0 up, but Didier Drogba made sure the day was never carried away from Chelsea. He equalized from on stoppage time to make sure they forced the game to extra time, and Chelsea managed to beat Bayern Munich on penalty shootout, winning their first ever UEFA Champions League trophy in 2012. FC Bayern Munich came back in 2013 to beat Borussia Dortmund to win the Champions League again. Then 2014 saw Real Madrid after a long absence since 2002. Real Madrid came back to win the 2014 UEFA Champions League against Atletico Madrid. Then in 2015, FC Barcelona came up against Juventus, where Neymar, JR, and Luis Suarez Rakitic were on the score sheet to beat Juventus by 3 goals to 1. 2016, 2018, 2017 saw Real Madrid dominate Europe, and they made history by becoming the first side since they changed the UEFA Champions League name from European Cup to UEFA Champions League. Real Madrid, they made history by defending the UEFA Champions League from 2016 to 2018, winning it in 2016, defending it in 2017, and defending it again in 2018. Their stars, 3-star forward players, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Gareth Bale, and also one of their iconic football defenders in history, centre-back Sergio Ramos. They dominated Euro from 2016 to 2018. So the UEFA Champions League in history has been 2019 saw Liverpool also coming back to win the UEFA Champions League again. They won it 2020 FC Bayern Munich in the coronavirus season. They won it again. 2021 Chelsea came back strongly to beat Manchester City, led by Pep Guardiola in the finals by 1-0 to win it. Then 2022 Real Madrid were back again to win the UEFA Champions League. 2023, Manchester City made history to win the UEFA Champions League, led by Pep Guardiola. Then 2024, Real Madrid came back strongly again to win the UEFA Champions League. So it has been Real Madrid all along in history. They are record winners of the UEFA Champions League. But apart from them, AC Milan from Italy, they are the second team or highest team to win the Champions League. They have won it 7 times. Bayern Munich and Liverpool are on brackets. They have won it 6 times each. Then FC Barcelona also won it 5 times. Ajax Amsterdam from Netherlands, they also won the UEFA Champions League 4 times. Then Manchester United follow closely with 3 trophies. So that has been it. That has been it. We'll go back and make some predictions on who is going to advance to the quarter-final stage of the UEFA Champions League from the pairings that were done today. Between PSG and Liverpool, I foresee Liverpool advancing to the quarterfinals of the competition. Aston Villa versus Club Brugge 2. Aston Villa, with their experience, I see them also going to Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. It is going to be a tough encounter for the two teams. You remember this season they have come up against each other in La Liga, both games ending 1-1, and they have met 2 times in the UEFA Champions League finals, and Real Madrid have come out triumphant. So we still see, I see, and I will predict that the Real Madrid will still advance to the expense of Atletico Madrid. Between Arsenal and PSG, I see Arsenal, led by Mikel Arteta, advancing to the quarterfinals stage. Benfica versus FC Barcelona. It will be a repeat of the 1961 UEFA Champions League final between Benfica and FC Barcelona. But nonetheless, I see FC Barcelona advancing to the quarter-final stage of the competition. Dortmund and Lille, if not carefully, Lille, they have been strong in this year's UEFA Champions League, and they are capable of upsetting Borussia Dortmund. Though of late, Borussia Dortmund domestically, they have not been doing well. Last season, we saw them coming up against Real Madrid. So I trust that Dortmund will be able to advance. Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen, it is going to be a very difficult game for Bayern Munich and Leverkusen. And considering that the final game will be at the home of Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich must be careful in this tie breaker. Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. If history is going to be made, then I see Bayer Leverkusen advancing to the quarterfinals at the expense of Bayern Munich. Feyenoord versus Inter Milan. Things haven't been going well for Inter Milan this season. Though they are still competitive in their league, they are second. I see them advancing to the quarterfinals. They will be able to eliminate Feyenoord to advance to the quarterfinal stage of the competition. That is all for today's analysis of the UEFA Champions League draw. God willing, later part of the day, we will be here again to provide you more updates on all that is going on in the world of sports. Also, I will be back with analysis on the Europa League and the Conference League draw, which will also be done later part of the day. Thank you so much for following. It was a pleasure serving you, bringing you all the updates in the UEFA Champions League, and I will be back for the Europa Conference League and the UEFA Europa League analysis. Thank you so much.